Hi, so I've been wanting to do this video. So there's been some thoughts of some videos I would like to do. I don't have to think of content because you guys know I just come up with whatever I want, right? So that makes my channel so easy. And I appreciate y'all commenting, saying that you do like the variety that my channel does bring. And even if y'all didn't, y'all wouldn't be subscribed, right? So, and I would still do what I want to do. But no, I appreciate you guys coming back. But yeah, there's been some videos I wanted to do. There's going to be another segment to this. And there may be some other ones that may come up. But it's going to be entitled, If I Wasn't. Or it may be, If I Was. So the one that I really wanted to talk about today is, I know I should be looking over here. The one I want to talk about today is, I'm trying to make sure I don't have any glare in my glasses. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. Is, if I wasn't so cheap. Oh my goodness. If I wasn't so cheap, y'all. I'm very cheap. I am very, very cheap. I love a good deal. Now, I don't think loving a good deal is cheap. It's just being smart, right? Smart with your finances. But there are some things that I'm just like, if I wasn't so cheap, I would actually go to the salon and get my hair done. There's only been a handful of times that I have gone to a salon and got my hair done. Well, you know what? A little bit more over a handful of times. Probably like this many times. Within this many times, okay? And it wasn't to get braids, okay? It was not to get braids. It was to do a closure, sewing. One was just to leave my hair out. You know, not to leave my hair out, but, and I'm talking about probably in the last, since I've been down in Virginia, which has been 7 years. Yeah, I would love to get my hair braided up by, at a salon. I would still go to a salon to get my sew-ins done. I know how to do my own sew-ins. I know how to make my own wigs, but I'm not up to that par with lace fronts or anything like that. And I have a video where the lady basically told me, because of how my hairline is, it comes like up here to down here. It comes very close to like my eyebrow, that she says frontals would not be good for me. Okay. And I just, not everybody's comfortable. They know what their work is and what they want to envision. But yeah, she basically told me, no, I won't do a frontal for you. So I ended up making a wig on my own with the frontal. Yeah, so I would like to go to hair salons. If I wasn't so cheap, I would like to get my eyelashes done. I think, like, with individual, even just, yeah, I think individual lashes. I have never had that done. I've only had like the little, like the pieces, them putting on the pieces at like a nail salon. So that was like, what, I don't even know, like $30, I think. I've only had that done once, and it just brings so much beauty to my face. It's amazing. I'm not good with like regular like eyelashes. I would like to have something like more a little permanent or longer lasting, because I'm not good with the eyelashes. But that's one thing I would definitely want to do if I wasn't so cheap. Let me do this. Let me see. Okay. See, right now I'm using the if you can see that, I'm using the light on my selfie stick. So it does come in handy, y'all. If I wasn't so cheap, I would get another couch right now. I feel like our couch is run its course. It looks wonderful. It looks wonderful. It feels wonderful. But I would definitely want to get another couch. But at the same time, I'm like, this thing is still rocking and rolling. We're going to keep it. What other ones? If I wasn't so cheap, I would want to eat out right now. No, that's gonna be for my if I wasn't so broke. But yeah, if I wasn't so cheap, I would eat out a lot more than I do. I feel like we don't eat out a lot. Sometimes we do spend more money on eating out than we have, allotted, but we really don't spend too much on eating out. Even on a good or bad time frame, I mean, in a month, I don't think I've ever spent over $300 on eating out. And I know that could be three different places. I can get, me and my son, we love crustaceans. It's a seafood boil place and we just love it, right? So that's what I would like to eat more of. So if I wasn't cheap, I would be buying, we have made like seafood boils at home and it tastes just as good. So I think seafood is just so high priced, especially like for snow crab. I like snow crab. um we really haven't tried much other crab in the past. But I really like snow crab, probably because that's what I'm used to. But I think if I wasn't so cheap, I would buy more seafood, like the snow crabs and stuff like that. But that stuff is just so expensive, man. That eats up my budget so much. Um, if I wasn't so cheap, huh? What else? See, before I turned on the camera, I had all these ideas. I should have. See, the thing is, I don't really care to write things down. Sometimes I will because I'm just like it's on the top of my head, so let me write it down, right? Um, if I wasn't so cheap, hmm, let me think of some other things because these are real things, y'all. These are real things I'm discussing with you. Okay, I would like you to let me know down below what are the things you would do if you weren't so cheap. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be back with y'all. All right. Let's see. I was responding to some things. I use this phone sometimes to, you know, um, watch. I guess this could be another. If I wasn't so cheap. If I wasn't so cheap, I would have a TV in my room, mounted up on the wall. But I try not to be in my room as much anymore. So I don't know if that's a good if I wasn't so cheap because I just basically use my phone to watch Netflix. I rarely watch TV. Um, like in regards to like TV channels, I like to watch movies. So like real actual TV, I don't really watch. Um, if I wasn't so cheap, I would love to buy some more clothes, but I feel like right now with me being so cheap and always being cheap, I don't need more clothes. Um, but if I wasn't so cheap, I would buy more clothes. Um, what else? Man, I have more ideas than this. Hmm, I'll be back. Oh yeah. If I wasn't so cheap, I would want to get some more what do you call it? Some more equipment for my YouTube channel. One thing, or there's two things I would like to buy. One is a ring light, but I'm too cheap. I'm like, I have the light on here on this selfie stick. So what's the point, And I rarely do a lot of videos inside, but there are some videos where I would like to, like right now, I have this light pointing up to the wall, so that helps out a little bit. But I think the light, once again, is really coming from my selfie stick, that's shining on my face. Um, and the other thing I was thinking about getting, and this is more recent, because you guys know I like to do that I like to do walk and talks. But in the past I have talked with you guys about me um feeling like I waddle. Like it's like I waddle when I walk, right? So like the camera's always like shaking a little bit or more than I would want. So a stabilizer. I've seen some on Amazon for like 50 bucks, 60 bucks, but I would think that a stabilizer would be so awesome. But I'm like, really, Candace? I would definitely use it. I would definitely use it. But like even when I go into stores, I wouldn't use it, but I would usually just hold my phone to record if I wanted to with my hand. But what my walk and talks, that's a big part of what I like to do. I think it's just so nice to be outside and just walking and getting out there and talking. So a stabilizer would be awesome. So it's like I don't know how I can explain it, but yeah, it's just a stabilizer where you put your phone onto, so it balances and it stays balanced the whole time. So, um, man, there's not really much, but I thought there was more stuff. I know I said here, my hair. I don't really care for nails. I like my natural nails, and as you see, I had started all over because, um, yeah, it's because when I took the nail off, my nails were just so. And the lady, she didn't file my nails down a lot, but my nails just they grow better on their own without any extra umph to it. So I wouldn't say nails. Once again, clothes, stuff for my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, this is a big one. Big one. Well, let me say this. I would buy more coffee out than making it at home. I don't know. Once again, that's just my bougie guilty pleasure. I've mentioned that before. Getting coffee out like at Dunkin' Donuts, Wawa, nothing expensive, but that's my guilty pleasure. So if I wasn't so cheap, I would stop making coffee at home and just, treat myself out here and there at a coffee place or, Wawa, which is a gas station. So I would do that more. What else? Oh, the other thing I would want to do is reviews. Like, if I wasn't so cheap, I would want to do reviews. Now, reviews on a multitude of things, okay? Phones. I love gadgets. I used to be into gadgets a long time ago. That has died down as I became a mom and came really focused. I've always been good with my money, but as a single person, you got I've had a lot of money in the past, well, over like 30, like 32,000 saved up by the time I was what, 16, 17? I think it was, yeah, 16. Yeah, by 16 I had 30,000 saved up, and I was just into like phones, gadgets. I'm not so much into technology right now, but if I wasn't so cheap, I would do, buy more gadgets for myself, to review. Um, I can't say candles. Now, I will say this. Oh my goodness. Kimbo. I love her videos, okay? Like, she makes me want to go to Aldi. She makes me want to go to Bath and Body Works. She it's just like sometimes when you watch people, it's like, wow, I could do that. Now, I will say, I do like candles, I really do, but I don't know what's going on. And this is probably why they say don't burn the candles too long. It's because after a while, my candles are still burning, but I can't smell it. Now, this tropical banana smells like Laffy Taffy. I smell that constantly. But some other candles, I'm like, I can't smell it anymore. So I wouldn't say I would want to do like candles, but man, I don't really care for body care. I love tech. I love gadgets. So I would love to do like those type of things. Um, if I wasn't so cheap. But I think technology is so expensive, so expensive. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. Like, I'm such a simple person. Like, my biggest thing that made me want to do this video was I watch a lot of reviews. Now, I would say if I wasn't so cheap, I would like to buy more hair, but I have a whole bag of hair. I have Arjuni here, if you guys ever knew of Arjuni, if you're a hair fanatic. I have hair from Arjuni I have never used. Yummy extensions, I have hair that I haven't used, and I have like two frontals that I have not used from Yummy extensions. Um, yeah, that's crazy, right? Um, yeah, there's just there. I wouldn't say I would like to buy here at all because I feel like I have a lot, and this is where I come into play. Like come into play, like while I'm sitting down doing this video, I'm like I'm talking to myself on the inside, right? And I'm just like, Candace, girl, you wouldn't do that because you too cheap. I wouldn't, and I'm like, sometimes I feel like the things that I would want to do is things that I would never do because I'm so cheap. If I wasn't so cheap, I would. Um, those are the main things, I guess. Like my hair, getting eyelashes done. Um, Coffee. That's my bougie moment, y'all. Cheap but bougie moment versus making it at home and being more affordable. I don't know. It just tastes better elsewhere versus home. Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about. Seafood boils. Oh my goodness! Like going, if I can go to crustaceans like every week and drop $100, I would. But I'm so cheap. We do it like once a month. I don't even think we did it last month. Yeah, we didn't do it in August, I don't think. Or did we? Nah, I don't think we went to crustaceans in August. But between like what we get plus tip that I give, even though I'm just taking out, I usually still give a tip of like $15-$20. So that comes up to like $100. So that's really expensive. And once again, I can do this stuff at home, but seafood is just expensive. So I tell myself, might as well get a multitude of different things. So I usually, get a multitude of different things and it's already made for you versus buying all of these things outright. I know Tanisha Davis. Tanisha Davis, she did a seafood boil, and she was like, "Let's see, is it more cost efficient to make it yourself or not?" This was a while back, and I think she came up with it still being just as expensive as eating out. You probably will have more. I don't know. I would have to watch that video again. Um, and it depends on what you want. Like I like the sausage in there. I like the potatoes. But I just think the snow crab, their stuff is just so expensive. Then I would have to get the seasonings, which is not bad. If I wasn't so cheap, I would love to buy the B Loves, um, B Loves, dipping like seafood boil, like dip or whatever. I've heard that's so delicious. I may buy that in the future with my own money, like my own allowance money, but y'all know I'm broke right now. um, and if I wasn't so cheap, I would take more trips. Now, not during this pandemic, but I would just take more trips if I wasn't so cheap. Um, and I'm not saying like I think when I go on trips, we still do a good job of staying on budget and so forth. Um, but I would just want to take more trips. Like I think my whole thought process in this whole video is in what I'm saying is just like Candace, you do take trips. I haven't taken any this year, but we do take trips. I would just do more stuff, try more restaurants versus trying to be frugal. Those type of things. That's what I mean. Or more outings. Um, yeah. But I think that's about it. I'm very simple. It's nothing too drastic, but those are things that I would do. Yeah, I would like to know y'all's. I don't know if I will ever upload this video. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I was kind of all over the place, but that's the point of my videos, right? I'm just sit in front of the camera, basically just one take most of the time. And now that I do have a an app, the UCut app, I mean, I can definitely cut the videos up. But one thing I am noticing is that when I go to the, so this is the, it's called UCut, and one thing I am noticing, it doesn't give me, it gives me an option to save it, but it doesn't allow me to save it to my SD card. So that's one thing. I guess if I wasn't so cheap, I would buy or pay for a service where I can, I don't know, do more stuff. Like when I go to the storage on here, it doesn't give me an option to store to my SD card, and John Messi doesn't know either. But I go through everything, and it's basically I can just store it on my phone's memory, and this phone's memory is not much. So yeah, but that's why I will use this more in the future, this UCut. But if I wasn't so cheap, I would probably get another app that I can store to the SD card, the videos and the clips, like the finished product. Um, so yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm very basic. I'm so basic. It's funny, but I'm happy. I am the person that I am. Once again, I'm out of consumer debt as of, well, I think it was February of this year. I have a little amount of money saved up for hard times, and I think me knowing that I'm cheap, it really does help with my finances, because I'm not one to just throw money away on things. So that's a big plus to me, and I'm happy that I am who I am. And but sometimes I think like, man, I would love to buy this, and this, and then I'm like, girl, please. I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this and had a couple of laughs. Bye.